Thank you very much. Okay, you should get a prompt. Yeah, you can just start there. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ATCEN CX Talk series. All right, and this is the continuing series of ATCEN CX Talks. All right, started in 2019. Yeah, continuing through 2020, 2021, and now the 2022. All right. So welcome to this edition. Now, in this edition, we're going to be talking about the CX framework. All right. Now, usually we would have a guest in, right, to share thoughts and also to pick each other's brains. Yeah. But however, for this session, we feel that it's important enough and it's really a big enough topic, right, that I can really share a lot of my knowledge and also experience in regards to the CX framework. All right. Another reason for doing this is I have been getting a lot of questions from a lot of different people, right, in regards to the CX framework, in understanding a CX framework, suitability for the organization, what in the world is a CX framework? So I get all kinds of questions. So I thought this would be a very good topic for us to start off the ball rolling, right, into getting a bigger picture and a clearer picture of customer experience within the organization itself, yeah, which is the basic framework here. All right. So this is an hour session or an hour and a half session. Okay, and we're going to be going through a few different areas, right, where we talk about the CX framework in itself. Yeah. All right. We're going to be breaking it down again, and we're going to be answering any questions that you may have. All right. Okay. So welcome to this session. Okay. And for those who don't know me, okay, my name is Ken. Yeah, Ken Ng. All right. And I've been in the customer service, customer experience industry for a good 30 years. Yeah. This year will be my 30th year. All right. And I've been doing it for a long, long time. Yeah. And I started from the US. I had the privilege of being in the US, being in a contact center in the US, a frontline service in the US, right? And I did became management. I ran programs, yeah, and started doing training and things, yeah, before I came back to Malaysia. So all in all, I spent about 10 years over there, right, and had a lot of different did a lot of different capacities in the customer experience arena. Okay, of course, back then it was all customer service, yeah. So came back, and what happened was I came back in and we started my own business, right? And then after we started the first cyber cafe franchise named Java Shop, yeah, in Malaysia in 1996. All right. Then I ran that for a couple of years, and then after that, okay, I moved and I joined Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft brought me in for their MSN project, okay, to be the customer interaction manager for their contact center for inbound, outbound, and also the sales team. Yeah. Right. Subsequently, move over and join a company called SciComm. Right. And then, of course, SciComm, if you're familiar with the outsourcing industry, is very contact center based. Yeah. Right. So it's contact center based. So we went in and we started and worked on the Nokia Care Line project. And this was the first prominent and large international contact center where we service 7 countries in Malaysia itself. Yeah. So there was almost like the catalyst, like the first big one, the big international contact center in Malaysia. So I was very privileged to be part of that. All right. So we started that, ran that for a little while, yeah, and moved into different capacities. Right. I was in technical support, then ran technical support, okay, and then became the liaison to Nokia on working on the customer support, the technical aspect of things. Yeah, did a lot of beta testing, so on and so forth. All right, and subsequently left that, okay, and then we started our own company called ATCEN. All right, and throughout all of that, I've had my degrees, I have my certifications, I have a lot of different things. Yeah, but I think the key would be my experience and what I can give in terms of my experience and also my knowledge, to share with you in this session. Okay. Now I also serve as a judge for the CCM Awards, right, which is the Contact Center Association of Malaysia Awards, right, which is actually quite privileged because I get to meet a lot of different contact centers and also different customer experience operations, yeah, and see what they do. All right, and of course, in my capacity in ATCEN, all right, so I also am a consultant, so we work with a lot of different organizations also. All right, so in a nutshell, ATCEN started in 2003, so this year is our 19th year in operations. All right, and with me, actually, in the room, you will see a lot of the ATCEN team. Yeah, and of course, we have Jeremy Lee. Jeremy Lee is my partner in crime. Yeah, okay, Jeremy Wave. Yeah, he's at the service center, so he can't he can't speak. All right, okay, so he's there with me, okay, and of course, yeah, we have our other partner, Shira. I don't see you, Shira. Okay, anyway, all right, so the ATCEN comprises of 3 different areas, and primarily what we do and our focus would be the training consulting, all right, and also TBPO. Yeah, TBPO is really for for assisting organizations with managing their HRDC fund. Okay, companies who are starting to pay HRDC are coming to us to seek assistance as to how best to maximize their HRDC funds. Okay, so we've been doing a lot of that. All right, in a bigger capacity is we do consulting work, a lot of consulting work with different organizations, which I will come to shortly. All right, so we are a part of HRD Corp. Okay, we have Bella here from HRD Corp also with a proud background, yeah, okay, and of course the Millennium Falcon background, window background. Of course, she doesn't want to admit it, but it's actually the Millennium Falcon. All right, okay. We also work closely with WKU, Western Kentucky University, that handles a lot of our certification programs. We work with the Institute of Leadership and Management, ILM. All right, we are the appointed training provider for SME Malaysia. All right, we are also members of the Consultants and Business Management Research Association that handles all the consultancies, right, which certifies consultants, right, and also resellers of the Really English online English program. Yeah. So now, just to zoom into something related to our topic today, right, which is really the customer experience framework. Right now, we've worked with a lot of different organizations in different capacities, yeah, from individual customer service trainings, yeah, to anything customer service related, or really customer experience related from the sales and service perspective. Yeah. Anytime there's something to do with your customers or your clients, internal and external, we will be able to assist. All right. So we do trainings, we do large organization wide implementation, culture change, introduction of programs like the customer experience program, all the way to development of framework and strategy, customer experience strategy for large organizations. All right. So we've done a lot of that with a lot of different organizations and done quite a bit, in helping organizations identify their gaps and also put in place, okay, long-term plans or a blueprint, for the customer experience program. Okay, so we've done a lot of that, yeah, and it always comes back to the three main areas, which is the brand, service, and the product. Yeah, the brand, product, and the service. All right, we align all of these three to make sure that we have a congruent, good extension and projection of who we are to the market. Yeah, which from a customer experience perspective. All right, okay, so we in terms of the programs, we have some public programs that are running. All right, okay, give me 5 more minutes, guys. I'm about done here. Okay, and you can take a snapshot or you can take a QR code, right? You can capture that QR code and you'll be able to see our entire training calendar. But this will be some of the programs that we are offering in terms of the customer service, the customer experience perspective, and also the contact center programs. Yeah. All right. So, and anytime you have any questions, you can just connect with anybody with the name ATCEN at the back in this room. All right. They'll be able to assist. Okay. All right. Okay. Of course, you can also message me directly if you wish. Okay. So from a scale of different development programs, we have quite a few, right? It's broken down into multiple levels, right, for different individuals, especially in contact centers. Now, these are all our certified programs, okay, and they are all certified via WKU, okay, and this is the list of the entire programs and all the programs that we have that's certified with WKU. All right, now, okay, all that aside, yeah, okay, now, thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask anybody in the ATCEN team, or you can ask me. You can ask me, and I'll be able to share. All right. Okay. Jimmy just Azmi just shared the question, our URL. Yeah, you can always jump on ATCEN.com. But I prefer you just message one of us. Yeah, you get better answers. Yeah. Okay. You can get a more. We can give us an opportunity to get to understand how we can support you better. Okay. All right. So, what are we going to do in this webinar? What are we going to do in this webinar? All right. So from the CX framework perspective, okay, what we're going to be looking at is this few areas. Yeah, all right. I'm going to start fundamental. Yeah, for this webinar, we're going to start with fundamentals. We're going to do with the basics. Okay. Now, as much as I would say it's fundamental in basics, different individuals in the room would find it at different levels. Yeah, depending on what experience you have and how involved you have been with your own respective organization's customer experience. Okay. All right. So if you look at what we're going to do, I'm going to be talking about the basis of customer experience. Yeah. So some fundamentals as to, what is customer experience, why customer experience. Yeah. Okay. Then just jump straight into why a customer experience framework. And what is the purpose of a customer experience framework? All right. And why would you want to implement a customer experience framework? Okay. Subsequently, we'll break down and go into the different components of your CX framework. Okay. Now, I'm gonna come through and approach the framework from a development perspective. Okay. So meaning, if we were to come into an organization, or if you want to start a framework or develop a framework for your organization, all right, you will have all that you require in this session, okay, to be able to develop a framework for your company. Okay, so that's my objective, yeah, to be able to share enough with you to give you an idea of what's required for you to develop that strong blueprint foundation, okay, for you to be able to roll out and have a successful CX, yeah, program within your organization itself. All right. Throughout the whole session, as we go to different topics, yeah, we'll talk about different obstacles, we'll talk about challenges, right? And I'll be sharing all of this, yeah, from my experience, okay, and with my on our different projects and things that we've encountered. All right. So what you're getting will be real life experience and challenges that we've experienced, yeah, with our different clients that we've worked with. Okay. So not so much academic, not from an article, but real life experiences. Yeah. Okay. So do ask questions now. If you feel you have questions in terms of CX itself or any part of our program as we are running, yeah, as we are running here, all right. What you want to do is go ahead and ask. Okay. So if we can't get to that question, if we can't get to the question immediately, okay, we will come and get to it, okay, as soon as we can. Yeah, as soon as we can. All right. But most of the time we should be able to answer those questions. Yeah. So shoot your questions across if you want to. All right. Again, do it vocally, do it verbally. It will be better. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we will have close off the last 15-20 minutes. Yeah, we'll do an open Q&A and discussions and knowledge sharing between this within this room itself. All right. If anybody's doing a CX framework, which I know personally, more than one handful, yeah, are doing CX frameworks right now in the room. All right. I know who you are. Okay. Anyway, all right. So ask any questions that you're encountering. Yeah, we'll be able to assist. Okay. All right. So that forms the framework. Does anybody have any specific area of the CX framework that you would like to ask? Okay. Does anybody have any specific area that you would like to ask? Okay. If you do, kindly put it into the chat now. All right, kindly put it into the chat now. So what I will do is I will be aware of what you're looking for, okay, and make this session as relevant for you as possible. Yeah. If you have any questions, anything you want to know about CX, the CX framework, all right, go ahead and type into the chat. Okay. All right. By the way, we can do this session bilingual. Yeah. Okay. Dvibhasa. All right. So we can mix it up a little bit. Okay. I think most everybody here is Malaysian. So nobody has any issues with BM, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Good. Good.
Sorry, I understand a little bit of Bahasa Malaysia, but not all.
You know, Carla, I'm almost afraid to ask what words do you understand in Bahasa?
Li- uh, little bit only a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you. All
you.
right. Okay. Ranajit says, my photo looks different. Yeah, I look better in real life or I look worse? Abdul, don't laugh, okay? All right. Cuba tengok your gambar awak. Tengok, sure lain punya. Alright, okay, good. Don't worry, Rajat. This is me, okay? Alright. Firdaus from SIDC wants to know how to connect internal and external customers within the CX framework. Okay, we will be talking about that. Alright, how to draw the customer journey mapping that to include the two aspects. Walao eh. Okay, alright. Sorry, I just became Singaporean for a while. Okay. For customer journey, we won't be diving into customer journey too much here. All right. However, I can share a little bit about the customer journey in one of the phases or one of the components of the CX framework. Yeah. Okay. Integrating the two, we will actually need a separate session. Tell you what. Okay. Tell you what of the Firdaus. Right. I won't. I'll tell you right now that we won't go too deep into customer journey mapping. Okay. But we will have a webinar on customer journey mapping. Okay. That we can break it all down. Yeah. In fact, we will integrate the customer journey mapping and design thinking. This is something that some of our clients are doing right now. They are integrating the two methodologies, right, to have a more efficient and powerful tool, yeah, to be able to identify and kill two birds with one stone. Yeah. Okay. And just run a customer journey mapping session with design thinking components built in. All right. So it becomes a very powerful tool. All right. So we will do another session for that. But I will touch a little bit on understanding the customers and the customer journey. Yeah. All right. Thank you for being honest, Ranjit. She says the photo looks better. Hey, they don't lie like that. Okay. I spend a lot of time trying to keep this skin okay, Okay. Oh, I forgot. Thank you for mentioning that, Ranjit. I want to apologize to everybody for postponing the previous session. Yeah, it was supposed to run 2 Fridays ago. All right, and we postponed the session to this Friday. Reason for that was was because I was COVID positive. All right. So because I was COVID positive, it wouldn't be very efficient. Throughout webinar, I will be buang hingos, I'll be blowing my nose, I will be coughing, right? So we didn't feel that it would be too appropriate. Yeah. So that's why we postponed it. Yeah. So thank you everybody. Thank you for your patience and thank you for joining us again. Yeah. Since for that. All right. Okay. Yes, I do have all the antibodies. I am strong now. Out of curiosity, who here has already gone through COVID? Yeah, you've COVID positive before, right? And you are a survivor. All right. Okay. So go ahead and type in I am COVID survivor. I am a COVID Superman or Superwoman. Okay. Or you put down I am COVID resistant. Okay. If you've gone through COVID already, yeah, go ahead and type in COVID resistant. The non-COVID survivor doesn't count lah. A lot of people are non. Okay, I want to know who is. Oh, Shira got hashtag some more COVID fighter. All right, I guess we can do hashtag. Okay, escape. All right. But you know what? Okay, I only got one thing to tell whoever is not infected. Tunggu, your turn will come. Okay, it's not. Don't shake your head, Bella. It will come. Okay, it will come. It's not a matter of whether you will get it. It's a matter when you will get it. Yeah. All right, Azmi, hey, Jimmy, yes, COVID survivor. Okay, Yana clear. Yana is clear, tapi tak kena lagi. We all want to know who dah kena. All right, that's it. Nobody else has gotten COVID. Wow. Ranajit, you will get a lot more when you meet me, not just COVID. Okay, all right, okay, good. I am positive. Somebody was messaging my wife Tori. She was saying, yeah, Ken is COVID positive. Everybody is surprised. Hey, he's positive, he's positive. And then my wife answered, yeah, he's always very positive. So yeah, you may get infected by that if you meet me in person. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, all right, not too many COVID positive. Yeah. Okay, thank you for keeping yourself healthy. All right, and I hope you never get it lah. I'm just joking of whether you will get it or not. But I have to tell you, once you've got your booster, guys, the effects are quite minimal because I think I got Omicron. Okay, and Omicron was a lighter, not so bad side effects. Yeah. Okay, and I'm glad it wasn't Delta. Okay, but anyway, all right. So having said that, all right, for the survivors in here, yeah, excellent. Okay, folks, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick group photo. Yeah, we're gonna do a quick group photo before we jump into our session. All right, I've stopped the sharing. Yeah, so we have a full screen of everybody. All right, now if you can, I would love it if you can turn on your videos. All right, for a quick photo. Yeah, for a quick photo. All right, let's give it a minute. Okay. For those who want to touch up your lipstick, you can still do that now. If not, just bite your lip a little bit, then it become red. Okay, all right. If you feel your cheeks need to be blushing, you can slap yourself a little bit. It is Friday afternoon. Everybody's half asleep anyway, right? Man, why don't you leave your video on throughout the session? It would be so much better. Look at this. Wow. Okay, all right. Everybody, before we take a photo, can everybody just hold down your space bar and say hello, everyone?
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
everyone.
There
Hello,
we
everyone.
go. All right.
Hello,
Okay, come.
everyone.
CX is about customer engagement. Yeah, people engagement. You've got to be a people person to begin with. All right. And who better than in a room of people, of everybody that is interested in CX? Wow, what a powerful network. Yeah, you want to know and meet everybody in here, man. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a quick photo. Okay. All right. And once you're ready, okay, is everybody ready? I'm going to do a count to 3. Yeah. Okay. Count to 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Photo number 1. Okay. Photo number 2. Can we chill a little bit? All right. Can we chill a little bit? Freestyle a little bit. Please don't jump. Yeah. You can give me mini love or whatever. Okay. But don't jump. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you, everybody. Yeah, leave your videos on if you can. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, so at least each of us can know what we each other look like. All right. Okay, good. Okay, now, let's jump into the CX framework. Yeah, we'll look at the CX framework. Okay, now, if we look at the CX framework, all right, a lot of people have questions and also are still a little bit hazy as to what exactly do you mean by a CX framework. All right, what's a CX framework? So when you talk about a CX framework, yeah, we are really talking about a plan, a strategy, or a blueprint, yeah, okay, for us to be able to activate and enable our organizational customer experience, right, to have the most powerful effect, yeah, okay, of reaching out and engaging and be more customer centric with our customers. All right, so the CX framework really provides you with a plan. Okay, it provides you with a step by step as to what needs to be done. Okay, it also provides you with a Gantt chart of sorts, yeah, where you can go through and see what are the things that are done, what are the things that are not done, and are you getting the results that you want. Okay, now that's what a CX framework is. Now, when you talk about a CX framework, it is very similar to an organizational strategy. Okay, all of us here have been to a organizational or company strategy session, right? Okay, our yearly review, yeah, a yearly strategy session where we talk about what are we going to do, what are the components we're going to go, what are our objectives, where are we heading, what are we doing, yeah, what are things that we're activating, okay, what are our focus areas. So that provides us with a map, and everybody and within the organization understands where we are going, how we are doing it. Okay, unfortunately, the customer experience component within an organization doesn't get that much attention. Okay, although I may be biased, yeah, but I'll tell you right now, okay, without customer experience, all right, an organization, yeah, is really, I don't want to use handicapped, yeah, but I would say you're dilapidated. That means you're held back. If you don't have a solid organizer program, okay, that enables you to understand your customers, to get feedback from your customers, to make it easier for your customers to be assisted, all right, you are really playing a losing game, yeah, within the industry itself, whatever industry you may be in. Okay, so when you talk about a CX, yeah, when you talk about CX, it is a plan and a strategy to move forward. Okay, so let's start off and talk about the basis and what CX or customer experience really is. Yeah. Okay. So when you talk about customer experience, okay, or a CX framework, all right, I really want to take it back to the IR 4.0 or the IR 4.0 or the 4.0, the Industrial Revolution, yeah, or 4.0. Okay. So if you look at all of the industrial revolutions, yeah, okay, it really ties into two main components. All right. Now, for IR 4.0 purposes, they've always talked about manufacturing and also automation, yeah, okay, of industry, usually manufacturing, okay, but it's really filtered and gone out, yeah, from manufacturing to the world and to other industries as a whole. Okay, very much like your Six Sigma. Six Sigma used to be very production factory oriented, okay, industrialization oriented. But if you look at Six Sigma today, yeah, everything it's gone out to all industries. All industries are using it. Design thinking started with technology, but also focused on the industrialization also. Yeah, plus all of your quality standards and previous quality, too many to mention. It all started from industrialization now. So that's where the basis of the industrial revolutions kind of took place. Yeah, the other link to the revolutions or evolution, okay, of CX, yeah, would be the economies, okay, which is the evolution of the different economies. Yeah, now I'm going to use IR 4.0 as a basis because everybody is a lot more familiar with IR 4.0. Okay, so if you look at IR 4.0, okay, we break it down into the four phases. Okay, four phases. Okay, version one of Industrial Revolution 1.0 was really steam driven. All right, so steam driven, that means all the factories were being run by steam power. Yeah, steam power. Okay, so what happened was the steam engine was developed, right, in 1920s, if I'm not wrong, right, and when that started, yeah, it created a source of energy to drive vehicles and automation. Okay, so machines began to be automated. That means you don't need a person to run it. Yeah, so that's where the industry 1.0 was steam. All right, now from steam, things evolved and the operations of industrialization, they moved to electricity. Okay, so electricity started driving the automation of factories and how things were going. All right, and electricity enabled a lot of things to be working overtime and being more efficient and being a lot cleaner. Yeah, okay. Subsequently, from electricity, okay, it really moved to computing, and that's where industry 3.0 is really about computerization, using computers, using digital enhancement to facilitate, to make things smoother, yeah, to make things, help things run better. Okay, and then finally, okay, where we are now, yeah, actually a lot of people would say we are already in industry 5.0, yeah, okay, but let's keep it to just 4.0 for now, yeah, just for the sake of this webinar. Let's not confuse anybody. Okay, now in industry 4.0, IR 4.0, it is what we call cyber physical systems. Yeah, cyber physical systems is how computing has evolved, right? Computing has evolved from just using computers to become enablers to help us do our work better, all right, to integrating the computers and the systems into our into the running of the in the running of the factory, or even in running of an organization, or even of our lives. Yeah, a lot of technology is built in and integrated with us right now. Okay, AI would be one of the major ones. Okay, major components of cyber physical systems. All right, Google. Yeah, everybody has Google. Everybody has Siri on your phones. Okay, does anybody here use your Google or use Siri? Yeah, to do search or to be your personal assistant. If you do, just type in: do you use Siri or do you use Android? Okay, or Google, sorry, Google or Siri. Let's get a search. Let's get a few here. How many of you are really in IR 4.0 and utilizing cyber physical enhancement? Okay, right. So if you are using Google, just type Google. If you are using Siri, type Siri. Right. Some people too much, you know. Okay, you cannot be happy with just one. Yeah, they want to put two down. But it's okay. Yeah, okay. we are we are very neutral. We're open to everybody. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Bella, for being honest. Yeah, okay. So we got Google, Siri. I think quite 50-50. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. All right. Oh, Daila, that's that already. It looks like we have a hashtag Team Siri. My goodness, I didn't know that it was even a hashtag. Seriously, you want to start a war? Hashtag Android. Team Android, Team Siri. My goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. Dom says, but using for search, still self-search. Okay, George says he uses as a virtual assistant, Google as a search engine. Okay. So we have a dual usage here also. All right. Okay, Dom says Siri. Yeah, okay, good. All right, it really depends on which mobile phone or which OS you use, right? Okay, so and then that is a classic example of cyber physical system, or IR 4.0. Okay, Waze. Yeah, Waze is a typical example of that. All right, where you get real-time assistance, okay, into automation and making your life better. Okay, now if you talk about customer experience, yeah, okay, all right. Team ATCEN, can you please do a count? Someone do a count. How many Siri and how many Google? Yeah, okay, and then we'll see whether it's hashtag Team Siri in this room or is it hashtag Team Google. All right. Now, let me convert and move this IR 4.0 or the IR revolution and evolution to customer experience, yeah, or service and experience. Okay. Now, service has evolved from service to customer experience. Okay, and there was a transition point, yeah, in between all of these evolutions of the industries that converted service into experience. Yeah, and that was dependent on individual organizational awareness so they can be more competitive. Okay, now in the Steam industry 1.0, yeah, when everything was run by Steam, let's call it industry 1.0. Okay, service was essentially very process driven, very quality driven. Okay, as long as I have something of quality, all right, fantastic, I'm happy. Okay, now example of that is I remember in the 70s, you know, in the 70s when let's say Bata, for instance, right? Okay, I would see a Bata ad in the newspaper. Okay, and on the Bata ad, right, I would see one line, a copy of sorry, a picture of a shoe. Okay, and then you see a line that says non-marking sole. Okay, and then another line that says 100% pure leather. Okay, another line that says extra long shoelace. Okay, another line that says steel toe cap. Yeah. So everything was broken down into the quality and components of the product. Yeah. This was the era of you going to buy let's say you go buy a fridge. Okay. You would go into a store to buy a fridge. You would knock on the fridge. Okay. Actually, A lot of you wouldn't know that. Yeah. Okay. I'm old. Okay. I'm a child of the 60s and 70s. So I remember when there was only one color TV for every brand out there. Yeah. Okay. Don't laugh. Yeah. Okay. I was the remote control in my house last time. Yeah. Last time no remote. Okay, no remote. Okay, my father wanted to change the channel. They asked me to go. I will use my hand, change the channel. Okay, so in IR 1.0, everything was, as long as there's quality, I'm happy. Okay, done. Yeah. And then electricity came in. Yeah. Okay. And this is where the era of customer service began. All right. Industry became more competitive. People started to realize I cannot just produce a product. I have to enhance and value add to my product. So what happened? Okay, they decided to add, hello, good morning, welcome to ATCEN. They decided to add, yeah, how can I be of assistance? They decided to add, is there anything else I can do for you? Right? The service factor started coming into play. Yeah, and this is the industry era. Okay, and that's when customer service began to surface. All right. Every time I talk about this, right, somebody will always mention or somebody will always think, okay, customer is always right. Okay. All right. Quick question to everybody. Customer is always right. True or false? True or false?
False.
We have a false. Okay, type it in the chat. True or false? True or false? Yeah. Customer is always right. All right. Okay. False, 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 true, false, false. Wow, there's a lot of false here. If I'm the customer, then I'm always right. Yeah, that's why we need customer experience. Yeah, for people like you, Priscilla. Actually, we're all guilty of that, aren't we? Yeah. All right. Okay, Isabel, thank you. I'm not sure what TT100769 means. All right, but maybe you think you mistakenly sent that to someone else, yeah, or to send it to the group. All right. George says we want them to feel right. Wow, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like the usage of feel and usage of right. Okay. Perdao says it's true as it is rhetorical. As long as individuals don't take it literally, which is the problem with our frontliners. Yeah. Okay. They will take it literally. So it says here rhetorically true, reality false. Wow, very confusing, Nizam. Sometimes true, sometimes false, which is why, yeah, customer service is always so stressful. Yeah. Okay. Which one? When is it true? When is it false? All right. Okay. The perspective of customer is always right really belongs in the early 70s, 80s, right around there. Okay. All right. A lot of people still talk about that. Yeah, this is the same people that talk about 3 rings. I answer my phone in 3 rings. Yeah, answer your call in 3 rings. Okay, all right. With technology nowadays, nobody measures by rings. Yeah, okay, all right. So if you look at all of that, okay, looks like we have a, we have a, we have a hashtag team customer, yeah, between Priscilla and Bella. Become member already. All right. Okay, thank you for that. Since now got gang already. Okay, so if you look at customer is always right. Okay, I do like what I believe George said. Okay, we want to make the customer feel right. Yeah. Okay, now we cannot use that anymore today. Why? Because when the customer service evolved to a higher level, when it went into IR 3.0, yeah, computing, okay, individuals or customers became more knowledgeable. All right, more knowledgeable. All of a sudden, there was the internet. Everybody and anybody can find out anything about your process, any issues, any complaints. They can find out about your products. They can find out about everything. So customers became very knowledgeable in the computing age. All right. In IR 3.0, the customers really knew everything, right? And if you were to take the mantra of customer is always right literally, all customers will take advantage of you. All right. Now, will all customers take advantage of you? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah. Will customers always take advantage of you? Okay. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Especially the Karen. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of Karen. Is there a Malaysian name for Karen? Yeah. Does anybody know a Malaysian name for Karen? Is there a Karen? Yeah. Is there a Sharifah or maybe a Ayu? George is laughing. George probably has a name. Yeah. Okay. Maybe the Malaysian Karen we call Ayu lah. Ayu, how what do you think? Okay. All right. Apologies to all the Ayus in the room. Yeah, you can come up with one. Okay. Makcik bawang. Hey, I like that. Yeah, makcik membawang. Okay. Tapi bawang sampai kita nangis. Bukan dia yang nangis, kita yang nangis. Yeah. All right. So when we talk about the individuals, the customers here whose fields are always right, they will take advantage. Yeah, I always go back to this. Okay, it's not just the customers that we deal with want to take advantage or we think is taking advantage, but even ourselves. Okay, we always want more value from our investment. We always want more for our money, more bang for our buck. True or false? Yeah, no need to answer. Of course, it's true. All right, of course it's true. We always want more out of our telco. Okay, if our data is slow, what happens? You call and you complain. It's not like you're not getting data. You are getting data. It's just that during that small period of time, it's slow. You're not getting enough data. All right. Okay. So that's that. Yeah. If your computer is not working well, all right. Okay. Or your chat, your WhatsApp is down. Yeah. Facebook down. Oh, God forbid. Your Facebook down for 6 hours. Okay. Everybody panic. Everybody go crazy. All right. Now, if we allowed our customers to dictate what we do, okay, now that's where the issue comes in. All right, now we will be taken advantage of. Yeah, okay, we will lose out. All right, now so from the evolution of the knowledgeable customer, they moved into the industry 4.0. Okay, it evolved from the knowledgeable customer to a new type of customer, which is a majority of what we've been dealing with in the past 5 to 10 years. Yeah, this is called the experiential economy or the experiential customer. The customer that's looking for that experience, yeah, that feel good factor. The customer that wants you to treat me differently. I want to be distinct. I want to be treated differently. I want to be treated better than everybody else. I want to be treated special. I want to be, I want to be wowed. Okay, the proverbial wow. Okay, so I want to be wowed. I want to be served. I want to be given things that other people don't get. Yeah, that became the experiential economy and also IR 4.0, especially with technology. We're talking about digitalization today. All right, and with digitalization, we all know it is low touch. Yeah, okay. It is low touch but high technology. All right, so that's where the issue is. That low touch of lack of human engagement. Yeah, because of digitalization. All right, I know some of you will say not true. Can digitalization can always engage the customers? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, but I can ask you one simple question. When was the last time you were at a ATM, a bank ATM? Okay, think about that. All right. Okay. When you were at the ATM, you had your transaction. If you were not well, did the ATM ask, are you okay? If it was your birthday, does the ATM say happy birthday? Give you an extra 10 ringgit. And who here, as you walk away from the ATM, had a smile on your face and said, that was fantastic? Zero emotions. Yeah, so nothing better than an individual and a human being to be able to do that, right? So it's really a hybrid and merger of this two to humanize our digitalization to become more CX approachable, okay, or more CX more CX available. Okay, customer experience and working on the customer experience. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, so when we talk about CX, that's where we are at right now. Okay, we are at a juncture where our organizations wants to make everybody feel special. We're at a juncture we want to make everybody feel unique. Okay, so why do we want to do the CX? Let's be honest. First thing first, yeah, revenue. Okay, all organizations, especially given the past couple of years, we are looking to maintain or increase revenue. All right, everybody is spinning on their heels. Yeah, everybody is innovating. Everybody is changing things around. The whole economy has changed. Everything has changed. All of us internally and externally. All right. organizations fight to survive. Yeah, and right now, yeah, okay, based on a recent poll from IBM, all right, 70% of organizations are focusing at least 40 to 50% of their effort into customer retention. Yeah, customer retention. Okay, because they know customer growth is going to be hard to obtain, right? So customer retention is key, right? And that's where a lot of high emphasis on customer experience. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's where revenue generation is number one. CX is really about the company making money. Yeah, continue to make money or make more money. Okay. Second reason or second basis of your customer experience within the organization is really, it lies in the roots of brand loyalty. Yeah. Okay. Now, before CX came about, there was big talk about brand loyalty. Okay, where individuals are very loyal to brands. Okay, now before we go there, let me ask you, is there a brand that you are loyal to? Whenever you walk into a grocery store, or you go to a hotel, or you go to a cinema, or you buy a beverage, there is one brand that you will always go to. Okay, what brand are you loyal to? Okay, are you loyal to any brand? Yeah, go ahead and type into the chat. Are you loyal to any brand? Mike says yesterday, ATM that can talk. Wow. Okay. All right. I haven't met an ATM that can talk yet. Yeah. The only person that can talk will be the guard that's in the ATM that teaches all of the customers how to use the ATM. That's the only person that ATM can talk. Rajit, yeah, you're a funny person. I like you. ATM gives out the money, so all are happy. Yeah. But your money is yours to begin with. Yeah. I got no money to take out. How can I be happy? Yeah, customer retention takes 3 times more than new customers. Actually, it takes 3 times more to get new customers than customer retention. Okay. All right. Firdaus says the loyal to Petronas. Okay. Bella says loyal to McD. My gang. Hashtag Team McD. Nizam Petronas also. Yeah. Okay. Fariza Team Apple. Aduh. Bagilah Huawei a chance. Give Huawei a chance lah. Hashtag Team Huawei lah. All right. Depends on, yeah, but Ranjit, is there one brand that you like that you always go to? Okay. Priscilla says Aeon. Okay, interesting. Something about Aeon and their CX. Yeah. So Aeon used to have fantastic customer engagement, all right, and really made me feel like they care from their birthday coupons. Yeah. Anybody remember that they used to have a birthday coupons? Yeah. During your birthday, they will send you a mail, a book of coupons that you can go to Aeon to cash in. Right, get discounts at the bakery, get discounts at certain items, right? Okay, and you used to be able to get that. Yeah, I used to really appreciate that. Okay, until they stopped doing it. Yeah, okay, and do you know why they stopped doing it? Okay, no need to answer. I'll tell you why. Yeah, because out of all the booklets and all of the discounts that they were sending out, okay, less than 10% of the customers were using the vouchers. Okay, so a lot of the money that went into printing, distributing, actually mailing, but sending out was the most expensive. All right, and so all those costs were really pointless. It was but I felt it was good engagement. Yeah, I'm disappointed that they stopped that. All right, so we got Aeon, we got Sony. Interesting. Okay, all right. So when you talk about brand loyalty, so out of the 30 something people here, how many people do we have now? We have about 30 people, 37 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 individuals. Well, I would put myself as, because I'm loyal to McD. So that's only 7 people out of 37 are loyal. Wow. So does that mean customers are not loyal anymore? So why are customers not loyal? Is it because there's so many choices? Is it because everybody is combating and fighting on equal grounds? Afdal has got it, nailed it on the nose. Yeah, okay. We find what gives us better offer and service. However, all right, okay. I'll tell you one thing. Brand loyalty used to be the key word. Yeah, brand loyalty. We wanted customers to stay with our brand. We wanted customers to talk about our brand. Yeah, customer advocacy. Okay, we used to call them raving lunatics or raving customers. Yeah, where customers rave about you. All right, that's called brand loyalty. Where whatever they do, they will still come back to the brand. Okay, now Bella and me are the same. We are McD's loyal. Okay, I am loyal to McD. Right? If you give me a choice of any time, if there's a McD, if there's a Burger King, yeah, or even a KFC next to each other, I will automatically walk to McD. All right. Okay. I know. Don't tell my wife the food is unhealthy. She doesn't like me eating there. Okay. However, all right. McD has developed a loyalty in me because of customer experience. I just want you to think about it. Could Just a rhetorical question, yeah? Could brand loyalty be associated with the level of customer experience you provide? Okay. Could brand loyalty be related or connected to the level of customer experience you provide? Is it accurate to say the lower your customer experience delivery, the lower people will like your brand? The higher that you deliver, the higher the levels of customer experience delivery, the higher people will like your brand. Okay. Would you say that's accurate? Yes or no? Yeah, I think for the most part, you would say, yes, that's accurate, right? Okay, so I want to look at it as this. Yeah, I want to look at customer loyalty is still possible. Okay, still possible if we focus on customer experience. People will still come back. All right, I am loyal to a few brands. Yeah, whatever it is, I will always go back to that. Okay, all right. Used to be, I was a big Darlie fan. Okay, used to be I was a big Darlie fan. Okay, not because I'm racist and it used to be called Darky. Yeah. Okay, for those who don't know, in the 70s, 1960s, 70s, and 80s, right, the Darlie toothpaste used to be called Darky, Darkie, and there was a person that was painted black with the white eyes. Okay, that was the toothpaste, and then they decided it was too racist, so they named it Darlie. Okay, so I've always been a Darlie fan. Okay, Darky, Darlie, whatever. Okay? All right, and it's only recently because of age and also teeth sensitivity, now I've moved over to Sensodyne. All right, okay. So for those who are in my age group with sensitive teeth, you will know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. So I'm always loyal to that. Yeah. Okay. I'm always loyal to that. Now, there's a few reasons why people are loyal. All right. Okay. And to create that, I will go into our customer experience framework and explain to you how we can create that. All right. Now, another basis why we want CX is customer advocate creation. We want to create people to talk about us. Yeah. Okay. The infamous NPS, Net Promoter Score, keyword promoter. Promoter equals advocate. People who promote you, people who advocate, people who speak out for you, people die will use your brand, will mention your brand, will sell your brand for you. Okay. We want to create customer advocates. We want to create customers who will always talk about us. Yeah, we want to deliver high levels of customer delight, high levels of service where customers feel special, feel unique. It makes them feel good. It makes us feel good. Okay, it keeps the customer with us. We have a more secure organization and future. Yeah. Plus, I can tell you right now, being in customer experience, being in customer service, frontline, back end, managing, strategic, yeah, it is always good. Always feels good to receive a compliment. All right. Okay. When was the last time you received a compliment? Yeah. Okay. Have you received a compliment from a customer personally for you or something that you're involved in? Okay. Do you remember what it feels like? Yeah. Write in the chat. Yeah. Put in the chat. What does it feel like? What does it feel like to receive a customer compliment to you? What did it feel like? Okay, so it made your day. What, like Clint Eastwood style make my day? Yeah, go ahead, make my day. Yeah, all right. That kind of make my day. Yeah. Or it just made you very happy for that day. Yeah, okay. Priscilla says self-satisfaction. All right. Okay. George says it's fulfilling. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Okay. Makes what we do worth it, doesn't it? Yeah, really validates what we do. All right. And all of the long hours, all of the handling of difficult and challenging customers, all of the personal attacks that we get, all of the assaults that we get, makes it worthwhile when we receive compliments to feel like, hey, you know what? People do appreciate what I do. Yeah. Most importantly, it is one of the most powerful motivators, yeah, okay, for your frontliners. If you don't know it, if you're not getting compliments from customers, make sure you find compliments to give to your team. Okay, and that's where customer delight comes in, not just internal but also external customer delight. All right, and the last basis of your CX, right, is really to extend or increase your customer lifetime cycle. Yeah, okay, sorry, your customer life cycle, and also your customer lifetime value. All right, to have our customers stay with us for a longer period of time. Yeah, okay, so all of that is why we do CX. Okay, everything you probably know. Just a quick recap, perhaps. Yeah. Okay. What we want to do now is I am going to run a poll. Yeah, I'm going to run a poll. All right, and everybody, if you can, yeah, help me answer this poll. Yeah, we look at the results. All right, and it will help us gear and kind of angle this talk a little bit more clearer. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to launch the poll. All right. Now kindly answer the poll. Yeah, and we're going to give you 2 minutes to answer the three questions that we have. Yeah, three questions that we have. Okay. All right. Here we go. Poll is launched. All right, folks, I'm going to end the poll in 10 seconds. Yeah, okay. Whoever hasn't answered, go ahead and answer the poll. All right, ending poll now, and let's see what is the state of CX framework awareness in the room itself. All right, come, let me go ahead and share the results. Okay, all right, looks like most everybody here is quite familiar with the CX framework. All right, okay, we have three individuals that's unsure. Okay, all right, highly agree. Okay, you're very familiar. Yeah, we have a few people who are not so familiar with the CX framework. All right, okay. Organization currently has a formalized CX framework in place. Let's see. All right, so 10 of you agree, okay, and 8 of you don't have it. All right, and one highly agree. Yeah, that means a solid program. Okay, very good. All right, now here's a big question. Are you able to explain the organization's CX framework? Okay, 3 people are unsure. Thank you for being honest. Okay, all right, nine are unable. Thank you for being honest also. Okay, and there's 7 people that are able to do that. Yeah, okay, very good. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, okay, very interesting sharing. Okay, all right, okay, everybody saw the results, right? Yeah, okay, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing the results here. Okay, so very interesting that we have individuals who are from both sides of the spectrum, but I guess most everybody here is quite familiar with the framework. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to just run through very quickly. All right, in terms of the framework and what's really involved. Okay, all right, come, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so if we talk about the CX framework, why CX framework? Okay, you can really break it down into this 6 components. All right, now this is something that I learned from CX Academy. Yeah? You can jump on cxacademy.org. All right, they have some certification programs that you can sign up for. They are more educational in terms of their CX education. All right, if you look at it, right, okay, the CX Academy really breaks it down to why should you have a customer experience framework. All right, it goes back down to these 6 components. Yeah, okay. At the end of the day, we want to build a real bond and relationship with our customers. Okay, all right, we want to build a real bond and relationship with our customers. Yeah, so what we want to do is we want to create the customer's feeling of you know me. That means we know customers feel like you know what I want, you know about me. Yeah, you know me as an individual. All right, so it's a very intimate relationship. Okay, secondly, you make it easy. You make it easy for me to do what I need to do with you. You make it easy for me to contact you. Yeah, omni-channel, single point of contact. Yeah, everybody talks about that. All right, to be through omni-channel, right, to be seamless, yeah, in terms of customer interaction. Okay, so if you're able to do that, then you made it a lot easier for the customers. Okay, you get me. That means you know what I want. You really understand what I am, who I am, and what I'm thinking about. Yeah, you get me. Okay, you deliver on your promise. That means you communicate across what you are supposed to do. Yeah, you communicate across your promise, your service promise. Okay, and you deliver it. Okay, and yeah, you also fix things. You fix issues that I have. You fix problems that I'm facing. You fix things to make my life better. And last but not least, yeah, okay, I trust you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the CX framework, the whole objective of the CX framework is to touch on these 6 areas to create that real rapport and relationship with customers. Okay, all right, and that's why we create the CX framework. Yeah, okay, so at the end of the day, yeah, you have different short-term, medium, and also long-term impacts. Okay, of course, the revenue part, where customers will stay with you, repeat purchases, cross sales. They, when you change your pricing or your prices go up, they are more likely to stay with you. Yeah, the word of mouth, right? Then there's a medium term, and of course there's the long-term impact, yeah, with the organization for the long term. Of course, we are all driving for the long term, but we want to put into action immediate actions or short term or quick kills to get that short term impact. Yeah, all right, and that's why we have our CX framework. Okay, all right, now when we talk about the components of a CX framework, all right, okay, let me run the second poll. Okay, and let's get an idea of your components of the CX framework, yeah, or the framework overview. Okay, I'm launching the second poll. Go ahead. Okay, 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds for those who haven't answered the poll. Go ahead and answer. All right, okay, I am stopping the poll now, and let's look at the results. Yeah, I'm ending the poll. Okay, come. Let's look at the results and let's see what we have here. Now, the reason I'm asking this is I want to know if you have a framework in place or not, all right, and how well you know it. Yeah. Okay. So first question: organization CX framework is currently running. Okay. Highly agree. Yeah, the same individual, I guess, is running very well. All right. 14 says it's running. Okay. Disagree. Okay. Or 8 people says it's not running. One unsure. Okay. Thank you for being honest. All right, everyone. Thank you. All right. The framework is yielding desirable results. Okay, not too bad. 14 of y'all are saying that yes, it is giving you good results. All right. There's 7 of you that says it's not giving you good results. Okay. Some are unsure. All right. I'll tell you right now, if you are unsure, okay, then your reporting mechanism has an issue. Yeah, it is an issue with the reporting mechanism because at the base of it, all CX frameworks and all CX blueprints, whatever you implement, needs to be communicated across the board to all stakeholders, which is really all organization, all people in the organization. All right. Okay. Organization scenario is not yielding the desired results. Okay. All right. It's actually a flip question from the other one, right? Okay. So disagree, agree. Okay. Thank you. All right. Now, the reason I wanted to ask this, okay, is really to get an idea of for you to look at the components, yeah, okay, of a CX framework, right, and whether it's working for you or not. Okay, now, whenever we go into an organization, all right, to run a framework, either an analysis or assessment, okay, this is what we go through. Yeah, I'm going to run through and go through the CX framework based on all the different components. Yeah, in a nutshell. Okay, we'll do an overview. All right, as you can tell by the time that we are quite running quite short on time already. It looks like we may have to do a part two for this webinar. Okay, so let me just run through very quickly for all the different components. Yeah, okay, so it always starts off when I'm coming from the perspective of when we go into an organization. All right, what are the areas we look at? Okay, and how do we establish a CX framework? Yeah, so your best reflection and usage for this information here would be identify things that are present or not present. Yeah? Then you can use it and you can pick that up and say, hey, you know what? I need to put this into place. Okay. All right. So we always come in and we do a analysis. Okay. We'll do a foundation. Yeah? So the foundation of your CX framework is really the strategy itself and also the direction and where your customer experience program or your framework is going. Okay, so we always look out for your CX vision, mission, and values. Yeah? When we talk about CX vision, mission, and values, these are vision, mission, and values which are related to customer experience, yeah, not the organizational VMV. Okay, the organizational VMV, okay, is really for the business as a whole. So the CX VMV, okay, is related to the organizational VMV. Essentially, how is your CX going to assist and help your organization to enable the objectives and to achieve that vision? Yeah, so we need to have one that runs alongside to support organizational VMV. Okay, do you have a slogan? Do you have a tagline? Do you have something that really sends across a message which is very clear to the entire organization what you want to achieve at the end of the day in a simple, catchy format? All right. Okay. Very simple ones that you find. Yeah. Okay. Amazon. What's Amazon's one? Amazon is making everybody happy. All right. What is Starbucks? Starbucks is to create the second living room. Yeah. Of course, with pandemic, no more living room. It's to create that home cup of coffee. Okay. So it's that tagline that really drives home the message and helps everybody understand, which can be used internally and externally. Yeah. Now, having said that, okay, our approach always is this, and I highly encourage you to look at this. Okay, whatever you implement within your CX framework or your CX program, okay, make sure it is applied and practiced internally first. All right, so it's got to be organic. Your CX has to be natural, it has to be real, it has to be authentic. Yeah, you don't want packaging. All right, it has to be authentic. We need to have all the vision, mission, and values practiced internally. The CX vision, mission, and values practice internally, so the individuals within the organization, okay, gets good customer experience. Okay, I always ask this. We always do surveys. We always do customer satisfaction index. Yeah, okay, to external customers. When was the last time you did for your internal staff? Okay, have you done a Net Promoter Score (NPS) for your internal staff? If your internal staff is not promoting your own services and your own products, what chance is it that they will get other customers to do it for you? Okay, no way. Yeah, so that's why move internally, think internally first before we go out. All right, we run a gap analysis. Yeah? We speak to different individuals based on what's created, where we want to go with the entire program. Okay, we need to understand what is the current and where do we want to be. Okay, what is the gap? Yeah, so we need to identify the gap. Once you identify the gap, then we know what components go into that gap to enable us to reach our destination or our vision. Yeah, to achieve our CX vision. Okay, then we always build and develop a CX, or what we call the customer journey map. Okay, but it's more of a customer experience journey map, all right, where we run through a customer journey mapping, okay, of some of the more popular top 5, top 10 processes. Okay, we get internal staff to work with us, so it becomes an organic program where we guide, we work, and we fill in all the blanks, and the individual internal team can take it and run with it. Okay, so we run that journey map. Yeah, so now back to the question of, how do you integrate the internal and external for your customer journey mapping? All right, I would say usually there will be the crossing points. Yeah, okay, when you do an internal and when you do an external. When you do a customer journey mapping, there will be internal factors that's already been considered. Okay, so what you do is, based on the internal feedback from the stakeholders, you run another experiential, or you can do a design thinking approach, you can do a agile thinking approach. Okay, come across and work with the individual teams or internal teams to get their opinion as to how how the processes are working. Yeah, okay, that's where you can integrate the two. Okay, integrate the two. Yeah, all right. And of course, key leadership identification. Yeah, who are the key leaders that's going to drive your program? Not all, I can be honest with you, not all of the CX framework programs or the strategy programs that we run with organizations are successful. Reason for that is they don't have the right key leaders to drive the program. All right. The reason, if you don't have these key individuals within the respective department or divisions, okay, if they are not on board, okay, you're not going to be able to let it run. It's not going to run. Okay, unless your CEO is so involved, your CEO is the one that's driving the CX change, right, realizes how important it is, and he's behind each and every thrust that we put across, okay, then it will drive home the importance of it. Yeah, okay, I tell this to all the people that have come in with me or come into our programs. Okay, when we were working with KWSP, I'm not afraid to mention it, right? And when we were working with KWSP on their transformation for the service piece, okay, the CEO back then, all right, okay, I want to say Tan Sri Hashim. Okay, but anyway, all right, he was driving each and every part and every prong, of the drive of the transformation. Okay, and that's why it's been so successful. Yeah, because the leadership was pushing it. Okay, you really need to have that key leadership. Yeah. Okay, now once you've established that foundation, we move into the 3 phases. Okay, we move into 3 different phases. Okay, now your framework needs to have this first phase, yeah, which is where we lay the alignment of the different divisions and departments in alignment to customers, to our customers. Okay, we run a customer experience life cycle audit. That means we do an analysis of our customers life cycle. Okay, what is the average span of time do customers spend with us, and during that time, yeah, okay, what are the services that they use? Are they happy? Are they not happy? What is the feedback like? What kind of components, what kind of feedback do we get? What kind of satisfaction are we driving? Are we getting that? Okay, very close to customer journey mapping. Yeah, but apart from coming from a life cycle perspective. Okay, then we do customer research, understanding who your customers are, the demographics, the requirements, the needs of your customers. Who are your customers and what do they really want? All right, without knowing this, I don't care what you put into place. Yeah, it's not going to work. Okay, we don't want to do in Malaysia what we call shock sendiri, the shock sendiri syndrome. All right, what's shocks and diri in English? I think what's the expression? Yeah, where it's an internal enjoyment. Yeah, we are triumphant and we are so happy with our internal achievements that we forget that although we do so well internally, our processes run so well, the customers are not happy. All right, okay, so it's an empty shell. Yeah, we're beating on an empty can. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. So we need to know who our customers are and really the demographics and really understand what they want. Okay, and then the last part, which is one of the most difficult and biggest challenges that we always face, yeah, is to get all different divisions and departments to work together to deliver the CX. All right, we have what we call internal SLAs, yeah, okay, where we drive internal service level agreements, okay, for process response time, yeah, for product development, yeah, for communication, point of contact, things like that. Okay, so it's all very process oriented in terms of response time. Okay, and we draw and we sign internal service level agreements. Okay, issue here is always the other departments do not want to sign with customer experience. Okay, does not want to drive your customer experience. Yeah. Okay. Now, there's a question that Dominic asked earlier. Yeah, is customer experience, does it have to be a department or is it a department? Okay. Let me just answer that very quickly. When you say people don't want to agree or sign with customer experience is strategic. Yeah, it's strategic. All right. Customer experience is very closely related to your PMO's office. Yeah, the project management office, which reports directly to your CEO. Okay, so the CX team or the CX committee, the customer experience team, is a strategic team comprising of individuals or key individuals and leaders, okay, of the organization. All right, that ensures that all the initiatives, all the thrusts and the prongs are driven and moved. Yeah. Okay. So does it have to be a department? Not necessarily. Okay. But there will always be a group of individuals who are called CX. Yeah. So you look at it from a strategic perspective. Okay. It's very similar to your organizational strategy. If you talk about organizational strategy, is there an organizational strategy department? Not really, right? Okay, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so the ownership of this is really a group that is very closely linked to the CEO and driven by the CEO. Okay, even then we still have silos that do not agree, and we still have the kind of breakdowns. Yeah, that's phase one. Once we work that out, then we move over to what we call the customer experience. Yeah, this is called the touch points, the development of the touch points. By understanding and knowing our customers, we will know what and how best to engage with our customers, to communicate to our customers. What are their preferences? How do they want to communicate with us? Okay, and then we set up all of the different omni channels or the different channels required for us to make it easy, to make access easy for the customers, for them to be able to contact us. Yeah, of course, each of those channels is one webinar in itself. All right, so we have you can have telephony, you can have your chat, right? You can have your emails, you name it. Yeah, you can have your social media, right? So all of this all combined together will have your different channels. But what is suitable for your customer base? Okay, what for your customer, the demographic? And that's where the experience design comes in. Okay, in each of the different channels, we need to be able to identify what are the best practices and what really works for who you are in terms of the brand that you want to project, the CX that you want to project. Yeah, the customer touch point and all the different channels. With all of these channels, how many touch points are there going to be? Okay, now this is where the touch point, okay, this is where the customer journey builds into our different touch points, where we must know at every different touch point, okay, are we able to produce, okay, are we the moment of truth, to be able to deliver a positive and high level of moment of truth, MOT, for every part of this touch point. So we need to identify all of these touch points. Okay, and then ultimately we want to have the CX results. That means we need to get feedback from the customers. All right, so in every component of the channels that we allow, that we reach out in terms of the customer experience design, all right, we need to be able to provide or to really justify, okay, what's being done and how well is it being done. Okay, now that is very closely linked to what we call phase three. Okay, phase three, okay, once we have the channels and all the interaction points designed, okay, then we look at feedback and customer insights. Yeah, getting customer insights, running our CSI, running our CSS, running our NPS, running all of those different things. All right, they all serve a different purpose, but not everybody is aware that there are different usage and different reasons you run those surveys. Okay, so we run that to get a better customer insight into understanding what the customers feel. Okay, it needs to be ongoing. It needs to be very continuous. There needs to be scheduled feedback. Okay, we were just working with an organization who was asking us, if we do a customer satisfaction index, CSI, all right, okay, do we need to do an NPS? If we do an NPS, okay, do we need to do a customer effort score? All right, so we get asked all of these questions, and the answer is yes, yes, and yes. Okay, you still need to do that depending on what you want to find out. Yeah, and that's where the issue is. A lot of organizations don't know what they really need or want. Okay, that is because you don't understand and you don't look at what the feedback is from the customers. Based on that feedback, you will be able to know what's working and what's not, and you will know what kind of surveys to run to get the right results. Yeah, okay. Survey methodology, how you run your surveys. Okay, we get this all the time, right? Where it gets so confusing, the organization gets so confused that all of the questions kind of become similar. All right. There is no distinction between the 3 types of questions or the 4 types of questions or the different surveys. Yeah. It all seems like all jumbled up. Okay. And to the customers, okay, it's very confusing. Okay. And when that happens, they don't respond. Yeah. They don't respond and it becomes an issue. Okay. Now, subsequently, you have to look at your KPIs. We come from the school of, yes, we would love to develop a CX culture, a customer service mindset culture organization. But without the proper drivers, which is your KPIs or associated KPIs, people will not do what is required. Unfortunately, we are at that level right now. So people still need to be measured. Still need to be measured, and there needs to be appropriate, very important, CX related KPIs. Yeah. Okay. How are the KPIs related to your CX framework? All right. How does it drive your ultimate CX vision? Okay. So the KPIs must be related to that. That's why you need HR's participation to make sure HR agrees and says, okay, this is aligned with the organization, and we need to activate these KPIs. Okay. Now that KPI piece alone is a huge challenge, because you get into loggerheads and you go against, or there will be certain things, right, that the HR may find that it's not relevant. Yeah. Okay. And it comes down to the leadership and how much they want to drive CX, again, to give it more importance for the KPI. All right. Not measured, not done. Yeah. Very simple. Okay. And then look at the quick fixes from the feedback. What are some of the quick fixes? What are some of the long-term actions? Yeah. Okay. And also what changes your business decision and business process. Okay. So we take all of this feedback. All right. Now, taking all this feedback is fantastic, but last piece, most important, is it needs to be built back into your interaction points. Okay. Meaning, all right, from the feedback, we need to realign and improve. We need to be able to look at where did we fall, where did we do well, do more of what we're doing well, and and improve what we are not. Yeah. So all of this needs to be put into place. The reporting channels need to be there, needs to be communicated. Okay. People always ask me, who do we communicate to? Right? Senior management office, number one, CEO, of course. Yeah. Your monthly report needs to be there. But if your CEO is very in line and driving your CX, they will know exactly what's happening, what's failing, and what's not. Okay. Your CX committee, or the CX group of people, the CX, I wouldn't say department, but the CX driving committee, all right, okay, they will be the ones that's constantly updating the CEO. All right, weekly, monthly, you will be able to do that. Yeah. So it's an update, and the CEO will know, and they will drive what needs to be changed. Okay. Right. And it all comes back, and it's a cycle. Then it goes back to your experience design. Do we need to change that? What needs to be changed? Okay. Then it goes back to get their feedback, and that cycle. So your phase 2 and phase 3 is always a cycle. All right. Now, look at the entire framework, and these are all your components. Okay. All right. Now, this is actually an overview. Yeah, an overview. Okay. There is a more detailed one I will show you later. Okay. And first, think to yourself, do you have all the components? Okay. Do you have all the components? Yeah. Do you have everything in place and aligned? Okay. Identify which ones will provide you with a quick fix. Okay. A quick fix meaning something you can put into place that will resolve an issue immediately or very quickly. Yeah. Okay. So a quick fix could be, all right, customers are complaining. Let me see, MAHB. Okay. All right. Okay. Customers are complaining when when I am sitting at the boarding gate. Yeah. I am sitting at the boarding gate. All right. The temperature is very warm. It is very warm at the boarding gate. Quick fix could be talking to maintenance, talking to facilities, yeah, and check and make sure that the filters are clean, make sure that the temperature is maintained at a certain level. All right, done. Quick fix. Okay, and then make sure all of the boarding gates have that same consistency. Yeah, that's what a quick fix is. Yeah, quick fix are things that we can just put into action and can get good results immediately. Okay, or big results immediately. All right. Okay. D says low hanging fruits that you can fix now. Yes, yes. The low hanging fruits literally, rhetorically means the things that you can reach and just do what settle. Yeah. Okay. No need to write No need to do a paper, submit the paper, send the paper in, go to the board have to approve, come back down. By the time you come back down, yeah, your one complaint becomes 500 complaints, 1000 complaints. Okay, then it becomes a major issue. Yeah. Okay, so quick fix could be things that we can be done very quickly. And quick fix really depends on the empowerment that's given to that CX committee. Yeah, the CX committee has to be empowered to make decisions, to say, this department, you need to move faster. We need the turnaround time and response within X hours. Okay, do it, done. Okay, now by doing that, by deciding on that, you are identifying and targeting the most complaints, yeah, the most ratio of complaints. So you identify and look at your complaints, the feedback. What are the areas that have the most complaints? Okay, then you focus on actions that will fix that. Okay, can you do a quick fix? If you can, fantastic. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Asfa. Okay, very good that MAHB is here. I am looking forward to fly, and I am looking forward to have a fantastic experience. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, looking at all the different components. Yeah. Okay. All right. So think to yourself, what's there, what's not there. Yeah. What's there, what's not there. All right. And I would love to go into everything more detailed. I think we'll do a CX framework part 2. Okay, we will go into the CX framework components. Yeah, again, that way I can go into and explain to you what are certain things that are done. Okay, what are certain things that are done. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am stopping the session here. We have already gone past our time. Yeah. Okay, we're supposed to go to 4:30. All right, but it's already 4:41. All right. But seeing that everybody is still here, are you all still awake? Because I've been talking non-stop for the past half an hour.
Loud and
Still.
sound.
Okay, true professionals. Yay. Hashtag CX forever. Okay, all right. Okay. Questions. Okay, come, let's see what questions. CX forever. Yeah. Hi D. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. You're doing good?
I am doing great. Yourself?
Fantastic.
Yeah, excellent. 2 weeks ago, I was down with COVID tau. Kasihan Ken. COVID positive.
Oh my God. I knew it. I knew. I knew.
I was gonna put into social media, but I was like, better not.
Everybody gets it now, Choi, but yeah.
Hey, don't.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, folks. All right. Does anybody have any immediate questions based on what's been shared? Yeah, I think I've. Is there any question that I haven't answered yet from earlier? Always remember, yeah, guys, when we talk about customer loyalty, it is still possible. Yeah, it is still possible. All right. It is still possible. It still can be done if we can deliver our CX at a high level. And that's where your CX framework will come in, right? You design a solid CX framework, and when you run it well, okay, you will find the results will return. You will see the results. Yeah, but you must know what results you're looking for. Okay, all right. That's why the strategy part is so important. And also each and every part here, you need a group of people to oversee, to see what's happening at any one point in time. Yeah. Okay, Dominic immediately asked, would be able to access today's recording. Bro, do you know 80% of the webinars that we have a recording out, yeah, okay, nobody watches it. It's a reality. Okay, but for you, Dominic, I am going to upload into YouTube. Okay, all right, into the ATCEN YouTube channel. Yeah, we will upload there, and we will share the link with you. Okay, even George, have you not been paying attention, George?
Oh, I was. We need to review it. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. So those are a few things here. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? Okay. By the way, here is the more detailed framework. Yeah. This is a template, right, that we use, and it's developed by customerinput.com. Yeah. Okay. All right. And this is a very solid and very detailed one. Okay. There's still some pieces that are not here, yeah, which we do in our projects. All right. But if you look at this framework and you kind of map it back to the cxacademy.org, all right, you will see all the different components are covered, okay, in order to deliver that CX framework. Alrighty, come. question and answers. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any thoughts? Yeah, it doesn't have to be a question. I would love to share. I would love to hear what you think of your the CX framework. By the way, if you are looking at your screen, you will see a Pharma Niaga background, okay, which says vitamin C. They have a vitamin called Cervex, yeah, okay, and you can get it from their pharmacies. All right, Royal Pharma, okay, and clapping the hand. You can get it Royal Pharma, and it's a very good vitamin C. All right, I'm still waiting for the enhanced vitamin C with the built-in vitamin B and D. Mana dia? Tak sampai-sampai. Okay, anybody else? Any questions? Thank you, Ranajit. Not my framework. Yeah, okay. We have our framework, but we developed that for our different organizations. It depends on the organization, and we develop and assist with the frameworks based on that organization. All right. There are a lot of different frameworks out there. Okay, and did you really want to look at one as a basis to start off with, but you must see which is applicable and which is not. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well presented. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Ken.
Hi.
Okay. Okay. Actually, this is not a question, but it just I mean, like some opinion. Okay. I think in terms of the way that we are actually crafting our customer journey,
Mhm.
we also look into the persona of the customer, right? But
Yes, the
some
personas.
the
Yes.
personas, but sometimes the persona can change 360 immediately. It depends on the situation. So and I mean, like for a certain process that probably I mean, like the organization is having, is sometimes they cannot cater this kind of persona. So because they have some I mean, like requirement or
Correct.
audit kind of requirement. So I think for a certain organization that probably they are more towards service industry of like telco or
Yeah.
maybe more on customer base. I think
Mhm.
that part the persona can be, I mean, like we can anticipate. But for a certain organization like the government, there are certain rules and regulation that have to be in place where
Yeah.
sometimes it's quite difficult for us to actually anticipate the persona of customer. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that, Bella. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And you will find that there is always the debate of which persona do you please, right? Okay, which persona do you please? Yeah. Okay. Now that will have to be made internally within the organization. Okay. Now, we work with organizations who don't. Now, usually the standard practice is by the books. Yeah. If you do it by the books, you go in. If you use the customer journey mapping methodology, they will always say, look at the demographics, and once you bring your demographics, you group the demographics. Once you get the demographics, all right, then you will look at their preferences and you would develop the personas. Okay, there will always be ratios out of 100% of your customers. Okay, each persona will develop what kind of ratio. Okay, all right. So for those who have never done customer journey mapping, the persona we're talking about is how would you group a segment of customers. Yeah, that's called a persona. Okay, it could be single male, single female, married, one child, married, five children, married, one child, or married with children and with parents, or staying with the elderly in the house. Could be anything. So whatever it is, those are what we call personas. Okay, each of those different personas will have different requirements and needs. Yeah, so we do an analysis of those personas. So what Bella is saying here is there are certain personas that will change. Yeah, and like life itself, there is always a cycle. People will always change the personas. So that's why an analysis of your personas I would say, and every 2 or 3 years, okay, every 2 or 3 years, to look at your customer base to see how it has changed. All right, that would be important. After the pandemic, a lot of our customer demographics have changed. All right, some have left, some have come with us. You really want to identify the ones that have stayed with us. How do we continue to keep them with us? Yeah, remember, customer retention is key here. All right, and that's where we want to design our CX based on those personas. All right, based on those personas. Yeah. Okay. 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 Thanks, Bella. Thanks for that sharing. I find that very interesting, especially when you talk about government. Right now, once government changes, the leaders change, everything changes, the structure changes, then all the personas change. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I think the recent one, just not to quote, but
Mm,
I think the recently that I mean, like a lot of comments received is especially on the registration for kids after give birth. So I think that part is something like uh, very very tough lah. I
mm,
would say.
mm, mm. Well, oh, by the way, Bella is from HRD Corp. Yeah, okay, everybody. All right. In some way or another, you will be associated with HRD Corp. Yeah, okay. Almost all Malaysia, if you're working in a company, you will be associated with HRD Corp in some way. All right. Do follow HRD Corp's LinkedIn page. Right. And Bella, do you want to share your LinkedIn? Yeah, your LinkedIn in here. Yeah, so people can follow. Bella does a
Sure.
wonderful job of sharing information and
Mm,
disseminating information of HRD Corp. Yeah,
mm.
one of the more active and successful SOCMEDS accounts. Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job, Bella.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Okay, all right. Anybody else? Okay, yes, Ranajit has a question here. Right, how important is omni-channel in the whole CX journey? Oh my goodness. Okay, how important is your spinal cord to your body? Your spinal cord is the channel for information to be spread throughout the whole organization. Yeah, that's right. Okay, throughout the whole body. Okay, the spinal cord is connected to your brain. Your brain. Oh yeah, it reminds me of that song. Okay, but anyway, brain sends messages down to your spinal cord. Your spinal cord through the nerves will send message throughout your whole body. Any part of your spinal cord is injured, you will get certain parts of your body not functioning. Okay, so how do I see omni-channel? I see omni-channel from the perspective of what customer says is most important. Yeah, to be able to provide an outlet for customers to reach us is most important. Okay, we are not. You don't want to be a jago kampong or a shock sendiri or hitting on an empty barrel. Yeah, okay, just shouting to yourself. Okay, right. We need to know what's happening outside. Yeah, okay, and the omni-channel provides us with that network and provides us with that intricate system that be able to give us the best information and feedback from the customers. Yeah, okay, once we have that, then it's deployed throughout the whole organization and what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. Okay, so omni-channel is key. Okay, however, it is quite huge investment, all right, in for a lot of organizations to go into omni-channel. Yeah, a lot of companies are moving towards it, all right, but not so effectively. I find some are still hindered by the technology part. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so the question is it necessary to have access to all channels? My answer is no. You don't. Okay. Now, if you remember in phase one, we do an analysis of our customers and understand who our customers are before we design the experience channels. Yeah. So depending on your customer base, your demographics, or your personas, will they more likely walk in, call, chat, or email? Yeah, or any of it. Will they even be interacting or engaging with you over social media? All right. Okay, will they be doing all that? Will they be doing live chat? Okay, I can tell you right now, different personas, different demographics would have different preferences. So based on who you feel becomes a bulk of your customers. Remember, yeah, we want to open as many channels as possible to be as accessible as possible. So depending on which is the largest persona or demographic, okay, you will want to place emphasis on enhancing that channel of communication. Okay, so that would be what it is. Yeah. It's nice to have everything, but is it really necessary? Priorities lah, and depends how much budget you have lah. Yeah. Are you turn on the video? Must have a question. Yes, go ahead. Oh, you just want to show your pretty face. Oh, thank you. Your smile is always great. Okay, anybody else have any other thoughts? Ranjit, would you like to unmute yourself and ask?
No. I was just wanted to, to understand that what are the various channels, because, you have various demographics, you have cut across your customer base, cuts across age, cuts across behavior, cuts across many other things. So it is important for us also to understand, today's millennials, they don't want you to reach them on the channels that you have. They want you to reach them out on the channels that they want to be reached to. So
Correct.
it's important to have, to understand which customer wants which channel. And for that to happen, like you said, 80% may be on WhatsApp, but still there are 20% want email or SMS, Telegram. Because I was wondering, if that was something that we need to have to understand the customer base.
Okay, Ranajit, you're
What?
fading
Yeah.
in and out. Yeah, you're fading in and out.
Sorry.
We're missing out. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so that's what, I was
Yeah.
just wondering, it is important to know where your customer, how they
Yeah,
want, and
absolutely.
therefore, it is important for us to understand which channel is the best suited for our organization.
Yeah, yeah. Based on what you've asked, I'm sure you've done an analysis of your organization. Yeah, which channel do you feel, or does your organization place emphasis on?
It depends on the use case. So if it is like, for example, if you are in a bank, then OTP is necessary. For us, we feel
Okay.
that, WhatsApp is something that is catching up. If the operators today telcos don't allow us to use RCS, if RCS comes in and the MNOs telcos allow us, then probably that is going to be the next thing, which is the rich communication service. So depends. So if Lazada wants to send you a voucher, they can't do it on SMS. Probably message. It again depends on the use case, but yeah. So by the way, we have.
Okay, Ranjit, I'm going to cut you. I'm going to cut you off here. All right, you're fading in and out. We're not hearing what you're saying. But always good to have you on board. I love your questions. I love your contribution. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being so consistently sharing. All right, I love that. Thank you very much. Bella, yeah, I think you're right. You say the millennial agents prefer chat, live chat, but okay, do your customers prefer live chat? All right, there you go. That's the key. Yeah, our agents, of course, if our frontliners, if possible, they want zero interaction with our customers. Right, everything electronic, if possible. Yeah? Okay, I don't want to hear them. I don't want to talk to them. I just want to go. But then the problem is they don't know how to type properly. They don't know how to be polite. Yeah, okay. Right? And we run this program called CCCDA, right, which is Certified Contact Center Digital Agent, right? And the CCCDA program really guides them. How do you do live chat? How do you do emails, right? And what are some of the courteous things that you say? Yeah, some of the basics are just lost, with WhatsApp, right? Now with our millennial, yeah. So a lot of the pleasantries are gone. Yeah, a little bit of the engagement is gone, right? It's all very cold. Yeah, okay. So we find that we have to put everybody through that again, right? And it's been helping. It's been helping, especially on live chat. All right. Yeah, chatbot, the contact center, that's the way. Yeah, it seems like everybody's going towards a chatbot. Chatbots are getting more intelligent, right? But still, all chatbots need to be educated. Okay, and is D here? D, yeah, okay. D is with Air Asia. I don't think she minds sharing. There's an Air Asian team here also, right? Then the Air Asia chatbot, yeah, okay. They've done immense work, a lot of work into making it more intelligent and more engaging and more human, right? And shoot, I forgot the name of their chatbot. And does anybody remember the Air Asia chatbot?
I
Eva.
think Abba. Something like
Eva, yes, Eva. Yeah, okay. Right. Is it Ava or Eva? Oh, Ava. Bella, you got collected. Carla says Ava. How do you pronounce that? Ava or Ava? Ava, right? Ava. Okay, right. But Ava looks Thai. Anyway, so they've done really great work on their chatbot. The chatbot is great. All right, and yeah, I know. Okay, and thanks, Ranjit. Thanks for reminding me. You're from Infobip. Infobip has an excellent chatbot also via their WhatsApp channel, and also on some of their, also a lot of their different and different components that they have. Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I am going to close the session here. Thank you for staying us for 30 minutes past. Yeah. Okay. Past the time that we've scheduled. Bella says, ours is Bella. I wonder why. Are you? What does that tell you, Ayu?
Yeah, that's great, Bella. It's okay. Your name is nice. I think Bella would be suited better.
Ayu for Bank Rakyat. Come on.
Tunggulah, Bank Rakyat belum keluar Ayu lah. Oh, Suzy. Belum.
You can use a play of words tau. IU, IU, connection, engagement, IU. Yeah. So not AYU, but AIYU, IU. Yeah.
Right.
But
Very,
it's quite, yeah, but it's quite,
very modern and young lah. Right.
kan, a bit too cosmopolitan kot.
Mm.
It's very TV3 drama kan. IU, UI.
Mm.
Okay, all right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, all right, we're going to close off the session here. Yeah, okay, and what we're going to do is let's do one more group photo. Okay, and then we'll close off this session with any questions or anything that you want to contact us. Yeah, all right, now I just want to also share with everyone before we do our group photo.